All right, if you've had your TI-84 Plus graphing calculator or the TI-83 for a while, you might have been playing around with the buttons and you kind of know where everything is and you feel good. When I first looked at this particular lesson on page 13, and at the top of the page, I don't use the graphing calculator too much normally. And so this is also kind of new for me. I'm learning this along with you in order to teach this to you. So some of you honestly might know this better than I do already. And certainly if you're going to go into an engineering field or go to college and use your math and science in college, you definitely need to know how to be familiar with this calculator. Okay? Back in the dark ages when I went, these didn't exist. So we used tables in the back of books. All right, so the mode button, that's easy to find. We've used that a couple times already. It's right here. There, of course, the enter key is down here. The arrow keys are right here. That's easy. But then I saw a button that says press the Y equals key. And I'm looking all over here. I couldn't find it. So I went back and I thought, well, above each key is the blue text and sometimes some green text. So I'm going to look for that blue text above all of them. Looking. I couldn't find it. I'm like, where is that Y equals key? And then I looked right up here along this row, and this this gray key with white text on it says Y equals. So I'm going to turn the calculator on and hit clear. All right, hit Y equals. Now I already have a couple of formulas in here. So I'm going to hit clear, down arrow, hit clear, hit the up arrow, and I'm back up there at the top now. All right, so it says we're going to type in sine. So I'm going to hit the sine key. And then this key right here next to the green alpha key says X, T, theta, N. So you just hit that key, it automatically brings up the X, close it with the parentheses. And then that will give us the function that we're going to graph, and then we'll hit enter. Okay, didn't do anything right there. But if we press the window key, which is right next to it, now it tells us some information about what is going to be graphed. And then at the very bottom of page 13, it tells you all the steps to go through to change all of these numbers, okay? And so you can ignore basically that 1, 2, 3, the fourth picture down on page 13, but you want page 13, the very bottom picture, to match what's on the screen. So if you follow those directions, you'll see how to do that. And then when you hit this button, graph, then you'll see that it makes a graph on your calculator. All right, so I want you to try that. And there's even a zoom key, and then number 7 is one we're going to use a lot. It's called the trig, the normal trig function, and there is the famous sine curve, okay? So that looks just like the bottom of page 14. And then on page 15, they have you press the Y key again and add a second function. So you go down to the second line and put in the cosine of X. And then when you go to graph that, you'll see both the Y, the sine of X, and the cosine of X on the same screen. All right? So make sure you're comfortable with following those procedures. And then I'll come back and we'll do a short video on page 16, but get comfortable with just handling the calculator and finding the buttons. Make sure you do what they show on the pages so that what shows up on your screen is the same as what they are saying should show up on the screen. Because if it's not, then you need to go back and check something. It might be that you need to go back to the mode and make sure you're in radians for this assignment.